Lightweight GP, race 6 on Sunday, leaving second wave behind the experts, waiting for the green flag. So there's the green flag, and I leave the parking lot like grandma in a Prius. Maybe a very motivated grandma, but still, just the laziest of launches. So coming into turn 1, I'm looking, and Robert Johnson, he's really fast guy. He's been beating me up all weekend, kind of just takes turn 1 away from me because hashtag no balls. But the upside of this is I'm thinking like maybe I can do something because all weekend he's just been running away from me, but I'm still right on him. And if I'm still right on him in turn 3, or turn 4, or turn 5, then maybe I can actually make something out of this race. Because finishing second all day is kind of lame. So I notice I catch up a little bit on him through turn 4, and then turn 5 he takes this wide swoopy line, which doesn't seem that necessary to me, but he is faster. So I'm going to hang on to him for a little bit and see if I can make something happen. Um, I don't think I'm capable of running his pace by myself. I'm about half a second a lap slower, maybe. But with him in front of me, as a carrot or something, it seems like maybe I can do something. So coming up to turn 10, lap 1, I'm thinking like, okay, he's a little slow through here. Maybe I can get on the gas a little earlier. And I get right up on him, and I get in his draft. And I'm thinking like, I can do something here. And then I step out of the draft, and then I hit a wall of air, and then I basically tuck right back in because there's nothing going on. So cross back over, use the whole track, get me a little bit a better exit out of turn 1, and really kind of, at this point, I'm screaming in my helmet like, I can probably do something. Get him. And turn 3, every single time, he does a lot better, and he just kind of motors away from me. It's not by much, but compared to what's happening through the turn 2 straight, and what happens coming out of turn 4, he's really pulling on me. So, kind of, turn 5 doesn't actually matter, because it's just set up for 6, and on 6, kind of get on the gas through 7, through 8, set up for 9, and I keep a steady throttle through 9, but I really should be pinned. There's plenty of track space. I'm not using even most of the track. I'm using like 3/4 or something. So through turn 10, I'm thinking maybe I can go again, get on the gas a little harder, do something useful. So apparently I got nothing. So lap 3 is actually Robert's best lap, 24.585. So I don't know this at this point, but I'm still just looking like where can I do anything about him, because what I'm worried about is if I make a mistake, he's just going to drop me, and then I'm never going to catch back up to him, because half a second a lap is significant. By myself, I run a 25.0 or so. So thinking like, all right, turn in a little deeper into 3. Got nothing. I just get left behind there every time. It's kind of a ballsy turn because it's super fast, and it's faster than I think it is, but so I end up braking too much for it every time. So coming up through this lap, uh, swing out wide, come back in through 7, through 8. I really should be on the gas a little more. Through 9, I should be on the gas more earlier. Plenty of lean angle still available, so I'm just kind of not using the entire bike. I'm basically kind of cruising around. Brake a little more than I should have, because I wasn't sure what was happening in front of me. I wasn't sure if he was going to go for something. And thanks to my wonderful camera mounting, which I need to rework before the next one, I can't see who that is that we're passing. Alright, so I think that was Kurt. He's actually one of the experts. He's a really good rider. So lap 4, this turns out to be my fastest lap. Somehow. So I'm gonna go, okay, I gotta make up some time. I'm gonna brake a little later, turn in a little later, get on the throttle a little earlier, late apex turn 3. That doesn't really help me, but every single time, if I want to make up the time on Robert, I just need to do it in turn 4, because there you go, I'm right back on him. Don't run his line. I'm much happier running my own lines, so that means I stopped looking at him. I started riding the track. Ride the track, not the guy in front of you. Uh, Give it a little more gas than before. So he swings at every one of these turns. I just kind of go point to point to point because they're not real turns. So I don't feel like I need to run the super swoopy line. So get in, tuck in behind him, get on the gas. And at this point, I had a little bit of a drive, and I smelled a little bit of a draft right here. And I was thinking like maybe I could do something. That was my fastest lap ever at Summit, 124, 480. But didn't help me any because he was still right in front of me. So at this point, I'm thinking, all right, well, we got a couple of laps left. I'm really bad at counting laps in my head, so whatever. We have a couple of laps left. Maybe I can do something if I hang on to him in 3. And I actually do a decent job, either that or he went slower than usual. So through 4, making up acres of space. Well, kind of looking up the inside, but also kind of I looked at him, so that ended up with me drifting wider, braking straighter rather than like towards the apex. So can't do anything there. Maybe I can do something, gas it through here, have fewer changes of direction. You can see he ends up on like the outside of me every time, and right on him, going up the hill, thinking like, all right, come on, I got to do something. For some reason, he kind of just crossed over half the track, which threw me off my game. But we're back in our drag racing stage. He does turn 10 really well compared to me because every time he comes out, just with like, even though I'm doing more throttle, he's using more track. He's got more roll speed, so every time it's just a little bit better than I can do. Turn 1 and 2. If your knee's not on the deck, you can give it more gas because if you're not on the ground, it's a straight. So I'm thinking like maybe I can do something through the carousel using that same mentality. Basically, keep the knee on the deck and use that as my gauge of am I going fast enough, am I accelerating more, whatever. Get sucked into riding Robert's line again because I'm a noob. Need to stop riding the guy and start riding the track. Same general idea. If you watch him, he's basically like that little stand up. I think it might have spooked me as well because I actually like kind of dipped on the throttle. Um, but normally he's kind of knee down the entire time around the carousel, and that's basically an indication, at least to me, that that's all the throttle I can give the bike. I can't get anymore. So coming out of turn 10, right on him, smelling a little bit of a draft, thinking maybe I can do something, and that's the white flag. So that's the white flag lap. That's the last lap of the race. Coming into turn 1, I stay a little more to the outside, trail brake a little, and then I can really kind of get on the gas here. Turn 2, not a legitimate passing opportunity really. It's not even a turn. And then here, I made a stupid mistake and downshifted for some reason. Whatever the hell that reason was, that gave him bus lengths on me, which is going to be really hard to make up, but we're coming up on some kind of back marker, so maybe I can make something out of that. So through 5, 6, 7, I'm just making up time here. I'm just hoping to make up some time. It would be optimal to catch up while he's working the back marker. And coming out of 9, we obviously have plenty of drive on the back marker, but I felt like I had a little more drive on Robert as well. So using the whole track, trying to get on the throttle early for the undercut, but just doesn't look like I have it. So I end up losing by about a bike length. Anyway, really fun race, really enjoyed it. Thank you, Robert, for towing me around. That's the fastest I've ever gone around Summit, so that's awesome. Um, Hopefully, you guys enjoyed watching this, and if you want more of content like this, let me know. I can probably narrate some of the other slightly lamer races from this weekend, and maybe remount the camera to somewhere more intelligent for next time.